1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Oh. Huh. Honestly, a skill issue. Anyway, welcome back to another episode of my Oneblock hardcore world. Well, you very clearly know who I am. I am Foxy Black here, and welcome back to another video. In this video, I want to build a house. Yes, I am tired of living in this tiny hut. I need something bigger. More importantly, though, I need proper storage. Look at this. I have 2 chests. Both are mostly full. This chest is full of different wood building blocks, and this one's full of everything else, pretty much. And so I need a house so I could stop dangling my precious items off the edge of my island. Eventually, that's just gonna fall. I imagine the brackets holding it up aren't going to last forever. After all, wood rots. And so I need a house and a room, especially for my chests. I'm not going to build my house off this way because, as I said in previous episodes, I want to build a mob farm over there. My first ever mob farm. I've never built one before. So I am going to have to build my house from here. I think I'm going to extend from this edge. Let's get right onto that. I don't want to drag it out for too long. This way. I am going to build an island, and I'll come back when I have that ready for you all. I wasn't gone for long, but mobs started spawning. Oh my god. I got a chicken now, but since it's a monster chicken, it's gonna despawn no matter what. If I put it in a boat, it despawns. If I name tag it, which I don't think really matters because I don't have a name tag or an anvil, it despawns. This chicken is useless for me. Die. Why did it drop wheat seeds? That's weird. But mobs spawned over here. I forgot to light my little path up. Come here, spider. I want your string. There we go. Now I got string. Another spider spawned. Will you die already? Thank you. This needs lit, like now. That was dangerous. If I got attacked by one of those mobs while I wasn't paying attention, like at one of the times when I was just walking along the edge, I could have lost my world. I'm gonna get back to filling in the platform because I'm not quite there yet. This circle is huge. I was so anxious building this. I was thinking about how if I messed it up, I'd have to break so much of the circle just to find out where I went wrong. Luckily for me, I got it right on the first try. Now I'm gonna get back to work. The platform is complete. It totally did not take me like an hour and around 30 stacks of slabs, but that's alright. Now if you're wondering, how big is this circle? This circle is a 51 that way and a 51 horizontally, which is huge. It's pretty much double the size of my tree farm over there, which was already pretty big. But that is where I'm going to start building my house. But first, I need to add like this rim for aesthetics, of course. There's no real purpose to it. In fact, it's pretty dangerous having this here. Now I'm going to finish going around this circle. Now that I have the ring around my island, it's time to light the place up. I don't want to have to deal with a bunch of mobs. I don't want mobs spawning and giving me a hard time over here. Like that creeper. Oh, there it goes. And I lost my axe. There's a spider. A zombie. Things are getting deadly. Well, actually, that spider's pretty useful. Oh no. Oh, that's not good. There's another spider. I will welcome the spiders open arms. There are now 3 green noodles. My world hates me. I'm rebuilding this world. I'm rebuilding. Everything has fallen into the void. It's all gone now. I just want to rebuild. Let me rebuild, will you? I'm going into my hut. I will wait out the night. It's the next Minecraft day, and this rain just won't quit. But would you look at that? The mobs are gone. I finished lighting. I'll continue doing this all the way around the circle, and hopefully I don't run out of torches. Now that the island is finished, I can start working on my house. Did I say island? That is no island. That's a platform. That's a platform if I've ever seen one. My base is looking pretty flat. When I do extensions in the future, I may take them up a block to add more aesthetics to it. I know I use that word a lot, aesthetics. But aesthetics are very important in building. There's a lot of things that go into building, although we usually do those things subconsciously. Habits, I guess. Those are subconscious. Probably not the best example, but you get the idea. I hope, anyway. So, I will start building my house now. As you can see for my house, I have really big plans. I'm building up a little sort of hill or plateau right here that I want to build my house on top of toward the middle area. But I've ran into a problem. I don't have nearly as much moss as I thought I did. That means I have to make some more. I know a bit about the moss. Okay, it does not work on cobblestone, which I need stone. And smelters will automatically smelt any stone that I may need. By the way, between this clip and the last one, well, a couple of days has passed. But also, I added some things like this tree cutting mod. Anyway, I will show y'all my smelter. Now this is a very basic setup for a auto smelter. So I put the cobblestone in here, it goes down in the hoppers and filters into the furnace. And then the stone come down into these chests. I can then place on my platform next to a moss block, bone meal the moss block because I have a lot of crops now and a ton of saplings, let me tell you. Nobody needs that many cherry blossom saplings. I'll continue this clip for y'all once I finish the island outline. It's gonna be a while. I mean, I imagine it's gonna be on like day 29 maybe when I see y'all next. I'll continue the clip once I have my moss blocks now. And with that auto smelter, I can also make stone bricks. Yes! No more wood building. There won't be wood everywhere. Yes! And I'm back. You know, building that outline didn't take as long as I expected it to. In fact, it took 2 days less than my initial estimate. But it still took a while. The next step to build my house is filling this in with moss blocks. Now, I have plenty of moss blocks, but I don't think it's nearly enough to fill in this entire thing. It might be. I could be wrong. I could be overestimating the size of this plateau. But I seriously doubt that I have enough moss to fill it in all the way. While I was off camera, I found out you could convert other blocks, not just stone, into moss, like andesite, granite, diorite. They all turn into moss blocks. Lucky me, I guess. So I had a lot of those blocks, and that's why I have so much moss, as you can see. I still don't think it's going to be enough to fill in this area. But here is a quick time lapse of me doing just that, filling in the area with moss blocks. Enjoy it, everybody. apparently phantoms are indeed in this one block. That certainly shocked me because look at that. We're on day 27. And that was the first time I had to deal with one. So I thought they were disabled. But no, they're very much active. Why they waited until day 27? I have no idea. Anyway, I just wanted to vent to calm myself down a bit, I guess, because that shocked me. I was right. Out of all the moss I had, it still wasn't enough to fill in this entire area. I still have a long ways to go. I just had a wondrous idea. Well, it's not really wondrous, it's not revolutionary, it's not innovative. I realized that moss grows on stone. Why don't I just fill this in with stone? I'm a bit slow at this, okay? I don't know why I didn't think of this in the first place. But I don't know why I just didn't fill this with stone and then grow the moss. Watch this. I don't know why I didn't do this in the first place. But that's all the update I wanted to do for now. I've just been breaking this block for stone because I still don't have stone. But look at this. My first diamond. Shine bright like a diamond. And a diamond and acquire diamonds. I went on to a new stage, so hopefully I get magma blocks. I was looking through this crafting menu. It's weird, to say the least. Look, there's the magma block, right? That's a normal recipe. But then if I come all the way over here to this lava bucket, a magma block in a bucket makes lava. So if I can get a magma block, I could finally make a cobblestone generator. Something game changer. Over here, I don't know why there's two of these guys. I think you're only supposed to have one. Oh, so this is a villager that you can get to stay with this. It's game changer. That's enough string to make myself that's bone meal. To make myself a bed. On day 30 of my one block hardcore world, I finally have a bed. I can sleep. Order a cow. I don't actually know how many diamonds I currently have. 13 diamonds. That is enough for me to buy a cow. Order, the trader will arrive with the mob next time. Oh! Next time they visit, huh? Well then, hurry up your visit. Update, I got Ancient Deborah. It's great. Now I just need 4 more of those. By the way, I went on to another phase with the one block, so I'm in like a nether phase, and I still have yet to get a magma block. At this point, I'm wondering if there even are any in this one block. It's taking a while to gather a good amount of stone. Cobblestone generator would be really helpful right now. I was 38 Minecraft days old when I realized that you can also turn mud into moss blocks. It didn't need to take this long because I had tons of mud, but it took this long. Is right, Mr. Wondering Trader. Thanks for your lead and leather, by the way. And in the blink of your eyes, the platform is now done. I just need to go through and bone meal all of this to make it all moss. While I was trying to get diorite, andesite, and granite and whatnot, I broke through the one block. Yep, there are no more stages. All that's happening now when I break the block is see big number go up bigger. My island surface is almost complete. On the rise of the sun on the 40th morning of my one block series, I finally finished the surface. The problem is that this is meant to be like a plateau, which means I still have a lot of work to do, which brings me on to the third step of this build, building the walls of the plateau. Started out with some mud. I have tons of it, and also it's just a nice texture to add to dirt, which is what a majority of this is going to be. Step 4 of building my house, or at least I think it's step 4. The circular platform was step 1, the surface was step 2, the walls were step 3, and so building the actual house would be step 4, and then step 5 is adding the finishing touches, like the terrain. And so let's get started with that. I have pretty much an entire chest full of just wood. Let's go with dark oak, and it's definitely gonna have to be just cherry. Unless, I guess I have dripstone blocks. Was that a sculpt block I just broke? Are you serious? Obsidian? Wow, okay, you know what? Never mind. I'm gonna put building my house on hold. I got enough obsidian to now make a portal. So, all I need is some flint from gravel, and then I'll try and go to the nether. I will come back once I have gravel. Probably won't see me until like day 50 or something. Maybe. I don't know. This is just another estimate. Not de facto. I finally got a villager that's selling gravel. Now, once I break these and get a flint, I am going to see if there's actually a nether in this world. I've realized that upgrade templates, yeah, I can't make those. They don't have a custom recipe in here like some other things like grass blocks. Theoretically, have to find them, and it's known that you can only find them in the nether. And so I'm hoping that there actually is a nether in this world. Moment of truth. Let's see if there's a nether in 3, 2, 1. Yes, there is! I swear, if it's just a one-block world like this one, I'm gonna be mad. Are you kidding me? Are you actually kidding me? It's just a void! What am I supposed to do here? There's still a chance that I could get a magma block. I'm going to have to build a platform. Almost day 50, and I managed to farm 10 magma creams. In this data pack, or mod pack, or whatever, you can make a bucket of lava by crafting with a bucket and a magma block. Yes! Oh, I finally got lava. Oh my god. Oh, please tell me I didn't throw that. Okay, there it is. I got lava. Finally, and I can make that cobblestone gen so I can get on to building. By the way, I got 2 magma blocks because I am going to make an infinite lava farm. I mean, not in this episode, but I'm going to make an infinite lava farm because lava is incredibly useful for building or for smelting things. So, yeah, I will make an infinite lava farm at some point. But I got lava now. Okay, I'm gonna build a cobblestone generator right here in the center. Oh, I'm so glad I'm finally gonna get infinite stone. Okay, so the cobblestone generator is finished. It's not the most good thing in the world. I've always sucked at making these things, but it works. By the way, if you're wondering why some of the cobblestone's just disappearing, it's because I have a hopper down here that's catching it before it can burn. And then that hopper's putting it in this chest. See, look at that. I'm already at 15 cobblestone. I think I'll mine cobblestone all the way until this diamond pickaxe breaks. At that point, I think I would have enough to start smelting so I can prepare to build my house. My pickaxe finally broke. Let's see how much cobblestone we have. All of this, all of that is what I got from this. Oh, this is fantastic, and it's only been like a single Minecraft day. Or 2 if I sleep, but that's besides the point. I got a ton of cobblestone now, which I can then turn into actual stone. On day 60, we finally entered the final stage into building my house. The part where I actually build my house, right? So, at this point, all of the stone I had is smelted. I mean, as you can tell, I have 4 stacks of stone bricks here, and then, oh hey, you're complete all requirements for visitors today. So I have to give you 6 lanterns, 8 cooked cod, and a green bed for you to stay. I don't even know if I can make green dye. I mean, The rest of that shouldn't be too hard. I mean, I could just fish in my infinite water source for the pod. And I have more than enough iron to make those lanterns. But where do I get green dye? Can I make it? No, I can't. They didn't add a recipe for it. All of these are pretty much the same, I think. No green dye for me. Anyway, as you can see, I have a ton of stone in the chest of my auto smelter here. That took a while to smelt down. That's why we're on day 60 now. But I can now finally build my house. And it's not gonna all just be wood. I am going to go start building my house. The first thing to do is build the frame. Let's put the door here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now do the same right there. Let's actually take these up one more block so we could have a 4-block tall inside of the house, because I'm going to be placing the floor blocks on top of the grass, moss, and just the general plateau's surface. Here we go. Take these up 6 blocks. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Now we're going to extend this side by 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then this side by 1, 2, 3. Because we don't want it to be symmetrical. Add the pillars. Now that that's complete, we want to actually extend these pillars at the same length. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, let's do 6. Next, we add more pillars. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Like this. At some point, we will connect the pillars each with a horizontal side beam to continue the frame. Sheep's ready to be sheared again. Yeah, so I needed wool because I'm thinking about adding that into my build somehow. I don't have a second sheep anymore. Kind of hoping for another mysterious trader to come by so I can get a new one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3. With the very foundations of the house being built, it is now time to fill the entire floor in with planks. So then I could finish the frame by adding the side beams connecting each of the pillars. The floor is filled in now. So now I connect each of these beams simply like this all around for each pillar. Everything is finally connected, so the next step in building this house is by adding stone bricks. As this little framing layer right here to break up textures. Move. If you don't want to be easier to convince to move onto my island, then shoot, scram. You're nothing but a hindrance at the moment. I do this all around the house on this bottom layer and the top layer, but I'm not quite on there yet, so just a bit more. There we go. And like that. My house is starting to come together. How'd you get back up here? I know you didn't walk in through the front. Oh, whatever. I'm going to go around and do this for the top as well. With the basic design out of the way, see? With the basic design out of the way, I now want to go around and put window frames up. To do that, though, I'm going to use logs. However, I'll be using these logs so I can know how many chiseled stone bricks I need. Because that's what I ultimately want to make these window frames. So I'm going to go and do that real quick. Real fast. I have the frames for the windows now. Over there, as you can see. Chiseled stone bricks. Now, I actually have glass panes. And if you're wondering how I got windows in the first place, there was a villager a while ago that I traded with that was selling sand. And so I just bought a bunch of that. Because why wouldn't I take the opportunity when it shows itself? Animals have a habit of spawning on my plateau. Look at this. Cows, chickens. I don't think I've seen a sheep spawn on here yet, though. Going all around just to make sure. Yeah, there's no sheep. Anyway, I put in all the windows. And I got some birch logs. Because I had some birch saplings just laying down and I grew them with some bone meal. But I'm gonna make birch my walls. Also, sorry about before, I just realized that my fan was on, so my audio is probably pretty screwed up from in the earlier clips. But there's no use whining over spilled milk, as people say. Almost finished. This house looks interesting, to say the least. Definitely not one of my best works I've ever done, but it's not terribly bad. There we go. See, if I come out here, yeah, it doesn't look atrocious. Maybe a bit icky, but it's okay, I guess. I mean, of course it's currently really flat because I haven't added any of the necessary details yet, like window frames or trap doors for here and there, you know, that kind of thing. So yeah, it looks pretty flat. There's practically no depth. But from my palette choice itself, it's not terrible. Now I need to fill out the second floor with oak planks. Or I guess you could call this the ceiling. I'm not even sure what all I'm going to be putting in this house. I just want to build it. It gets real old just building circles all the time. There we go. I actually need more oak wood. But to be fair, I haven't been farming oak nearly as long as I have cherry blossom trees and dark oak trees. I mean, I had them just as long, but I never really felt the need to farm them, so I just didn't. However, the dark oak trees and the cherry blossom trees and spruce trees are different because I did feel a need to farm them, and so I have been for a really long time, and I'm out of oak planks. And slowly, I built up my stash of different woods. If I come in here, there's my nether portal. I had to build a platform to farm magma cubes. But, look, tons of spruce, tons of dark oak. Actually, I'm going to add these in there. Tons of cherry blossoms, and absolutely no more oak wood. I used it all. It's going to take a while, but I'm going to need to farm oak trees. Far more. I've already blown through plenty of axes. I mean, I think this is my 4th diamond axe. Come on, break you down. There we go. Now I got more oak wood, which is far from the amount that I actually need. But every bit helps. Stuffed these with the rest of the oak planks I have in my ceiling. One thing I have to consider, though, is the fact that mobs will be able to spawn up there because there's no torches up there. Okay. I still need a lot more oak trees. So, back to just passing time by fishing. I have the ceiling finally put in, and I've just been idly, you know, shearing these sheep for their wool. I think I have around a stack of dark gray wool now. I have it all stored in my chest over here, which I still need to move. I don't know why I haven't, but I've moved everything else over to my storage room. But yeah, look, a stack of gray wool exactly. I also have 14 brown wool and 11 white wool and a single piece of black wool, which I got from killing my poor black sheep. But now I need to move on to building the second floor. Up here. Oh, by the way, apparently in this data pack, you can craft sugarcane by putting together a wheat seed and a clay block. So now I got some of that. Although it still hasn't actually grown any yet, but eventually. Furthermore, the animals, cows, pigs, chickens, they all drop the item you use to breed them. See? I got a piece of wheat from that cow. What? I know there's other cows around here. Sheep. Sheep. Where are you, my cows? I promise it is not time for the slaughter. Nah, they all left me. How sad. Oh, look at that. A piece of sugarcane grew. Anyway, as I said, it is time to work on the second floor. I'm not quite sure what I'm actually going to be putting in my house. Why didn't that oh, is it because it's moss? Yeah, apparently you could plant saplings on moss, but this mod I'm using doesn't recognize moss as a grass block sort of thing. Oh, there you are. Look at that. Now I got 2 pieces of wheat. This is my gray sheep. I hope you're not one of the white ones. I don't need any light gray sheep. I need more gray sheep. Give me a gray sheep. Yes, so it was a brown sheep I just bred it with. That's great. Anyway, time to get working on the second floor, yeah? Unlike the first floor, we're actually going to want to make... Oh my god, a monster tree grew. That thing truly is monstrous. Holy crap, why is it so big? Anyway, unlike the first floor, we actually want the second floor to be symmetrical. So, you got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And over here, you got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so 6, 7, right here. That's symmetrical right there. Now, of course, the house isn't going to look symmetrical once it's fully done, because the first floor is asymmetrical. And so all this doing is adding more interest to the shape, pretty much. I don't have water. Down I go. Ow, I completely missed my pond. I thought that villager over there was a creeper. Really confused. Anyway, shear you real quick. I need to sleep and then get some water. The second floor's frame is up and standing strong. And I got rid of that monster tree that was right there because it was getting too close to the wood of my house, so I like this one. So I feared that if I at some point cut down that tree, it would destroy the frame of my house as well. And so I cut it down early. Anyway, I am now done with the frame, which means now I get to go around and doing this. Adding the texture breaks that are are you kidding me? Anyway, that are stone... Okay. That are stone bricks. There we go. Now remember, I gotta add this on both the top and the bottom here. I have all of my window frames put in now, as you can see up there. So now I want to place in my walls. And I decided to make them wool. I know, a kind of a weird block to build with. I mean, usually people don't use it unless they're like building in creative or something. But that's precisely why I chose it. It's because it's such a rare building block. And considering this is a 1 block, I think it can easily show off my wealth. Because sheeps are rare. Somewhat. They become pretty much common in late game, which is where I'm at. But in the beginning, they're rare. And the only way you could get them is by giving a villager diamonds. And so, I believe it shows my wealth as a 1 block player. And so, that's why I chose it. And I finished the wall, and the ceiling for that matter. Coming upstairs, hold on, yeah, up here. Look at this, I finished walls. Now, you may have, well, noticed the glaring oddity here. But to explain that, I used white wool to finish patching up my wall because I very quickly ran out of gray wool. Over time, I will replace that white wool. Trust me on that. But with this, my house is now pretty much complete. I just need to build the roof, and that's it. Well, that's it for the footage anyway. I will be adding some stuff off camera because, like, this episode is getting long enough already. It doesn't need to be ultra long. But the next part of this building is the roof. And I will skip ahead to when it's already completed so I could end this episode. Bye for now. That is my house finished being built. I got the roof on and everything. I mean, of course I don't have the outside details done, but the house is. This has been one of my biggest projects I've ever done on a survival world, but my house is complete. As long as you can ignore the patchwork walls I have on the 2nd floor. Other than that, it's perfect. No problems whatsoever. And so, this video, so this is where I'm ending this video. See you in the next one.